A warning from Tehran as tensions with the United States climb over once again. Iran vowing retaliation if American forces strike. All of it unfolding as the streets inside Iran tell a different story. Protests spreading, a violent crackdown intensifying in a nation that stands at a crossroads. We spoke one-on-one with Senator Tom Cotton.
There's no question that Iran has the ability to attack U.S. interests in the Middle East.
Iran's message to Washington: they can strike back, but tonight the question is not capability, it's intention. Senator Tom Cotton points to what Iran has already shown: missiles fired at U.S. bases after American forces and their allies moved to dismantle Tehran's nuclear program last year.
They fired missiles at our air base in Qatar last year after we destroyed their nuclear program. The question is their intent. Those missiles they fired were specifically fired in a way that didn't cause any American casualties.
Carefully aimed and carefully timed. Cotton says those strikes were not meant to start a war, but to send a message.
They signaled to us that that was the only way they were going to retaliate.
Back inside Iran, the message from the regime has been far more brutal. Protests that began in late December met with overwhelming force. Thousands reportedly killed, mass arrest, and internet blackout, cutting the country off from the world as the crackdown deepens.
So they should try to address the grievances of their own people. But this is a totalitarian theocratic regime. For 47 years, they've been staying in power because they're willing to kill their opponents. But if 90 million Iranians are rising up, wanting the taste of freedom once again, I don't think they can kill 90 million of their own people.
Tehran blames foreign enemies for the unrest, and critics say the violence tells another story, one of a regime turning its weapons inward. Death toll estimates range from thousands to potentially tens of thousands, as human rights groups work to confirm the scale.
All the people who are marching in the streets around the country condemning the United States and condemning Israel are curiously silent now when the Ayatollahs are massacring their own people.
Cotton also calling out what he describes as selective outrage, voices once loud in other conflicts now quiet.
On college campuses where you had these disgusting little Gazas, students living in tents protesting their own country, protesting Israel, there's no encampments. Nobody has seized any campus buildings. It makes you think that they weren't all that focused on innocent lives. They were more focused on attacking Israel and attacking the United States.
Those protests that once dominated campuses and headlines have largely vanished, a contrast the senator says is impossible to ignore.
I think everyone who is decent and fair-minded should speak out in defense of the brave people of Iran who are trying to reclaim the freedom that the Ayatollahs have stolen from them.
Well, Senator Cotton stops short of naming specific military targets, but he says the United States has powerful tools at its disposal, from cyber operations to economic pressure, as the world watches what Iran does next and how far this moment may go.